Today, we have another chapter from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. This is perhaps his best book, and as I go through this book, I want you to go through the playlist that I've made of this, because it's not enough to read this book, it's also something you have to contemplate. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Chapter 19, Essentials. The essential points in the successful use of the law of assumption are these. First, and above all, yearning, longing, intense burning desire. With all your heart, you must want to be different from what you are. Intense burning desire is mainspring of action, the beginning of all successful ventures. In every great passion, desire is concentrated. As the heart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. What is he saying here? What he's saying here is that before anything, you have to want to be different. Before any change is materialized, you have to first have the idea, you have to first have the thought, you have to first have the desire. And it's not just the desire to be better, it's not just the desire to have something, it's the desire to sacrifice what you have now, the desire to change who you are now so that you can live a better life, so that you can become a better person. Everything is first brought into the world by a thought, by an idea, by changing who you believe yourself to be, by changing what you believe yourself to be capable of, by believing that you can be better, by believing that if you make changes here, if you make changes there, if you really focus, if you really hunker down, everything can fall into place. And it's not just about these grand sweeping changes. It's not just about becoming a millionaire, becoming rich. It's about becoming happy with who you are. When you're happy with who you are, everything else follows. When you're happy with who you are, when you become the version of yourself that you want to be, everything falls into place. But until that moment when we fulfill our internal desires, we will never be happy externally. We will never be happy. We will always be chasing something else. And this is the big secret. Become who you want to be. Change your sense of self. Here, the soul is interpreted as the sum total of all you believe. Think, feel, and accept as true. In other words, your present level of awareness. God means I am, the source and fulfillment of all desire. This quotation describes how your present level of awareness longs to transcend itself. Righteousness is the consciousness of already being what you want to be. Second, cultivate physical immobility, a physical incapacity not unlike the state described by Keats in his Ode to Nightingale. A drowsy numbness pains my senses as though hemlock I had drunk. It is a state akin to sleep, but one in which you are still in control of the direction of your attention. You must learn to induce this state at will, but experience has taught that it is more easily induced after a substantial meal, when you wake in the morning feeling very loath to arise. Then you are naturally disposed to enter this state. The value of physical immobility shows itself in the accumulation of mental force which absolute stillness brings with it. It increases your power of concentration. Be still and know that I am God. Okay, that last part is a fundamental meditation that you must spend a lot of time with. Be still and know that I'm God. Be still and know that I'm God. What does this mean? This means that in the absence of thought, in the absence of anything, you enter a creative realm. You enter the realm where you are in tune with the infinite, where you are in tune with the collective conscious, where you're in tune with everything. When you empty your mind, this is where the best ideas come from. This is where you can make the most significant changes in your life. And what he's talking about, physical immobility, is the ability to calm down your mind and dictate where your thoughts go. You are the controller of your thoughts, but most of the day our thoughts are being controlled by the stimulus that we've accepted up until now. It's only when you actually write your own script, it's only when you actually control your own thoughts that you can control the rest of your day. When I wake up in the morning, I don't pick up my phone instantly. When I wake up in the morning, what I really try to do is I really try to start off the day perfectly by going, today I'm going to have what I want. Thank you for already solving all the problems in my life. I tell myself affirming statements. I tell myself statements that shift me to the person that I want to be, not the person who I am today. And it's that constant shift, it's that constant movement in the right direction, especially in these states where we're semi-conscious, semi-asleep. It's this state where we're about to wake up, we're about to get going, everything's about to kick off. In that sleepy, dreamy state is you have access to both the conscious and the unconscious, and it's impressing your unconscious in this moment that will give you the greatest results. And this can either be when you're waking up, when you're falling asleep, when you're taking a nap. Like, you can affect your unconscious all times of the day, and it's most easily done when there's nothing on your mind. You can also induce it through meditation. You can also induce it through various, other methods, such as walking, such as kundalini, such as there's a million ways to do this. But basically what he's saying is calm your mind down and get it to the point where nothing is going on. And in that moment, tell yourself who you want to be. In that moment, assume the state that you are what you wish to be. Assume yourself to be capable and worthy of whatever you're trying to do. And like magic, that idea will come. Like magic, that creativity will come. Like magic, you will stop thinking about all the circumstances that are holding you back, and you will only think about possibility. When you only think about possibility, then there are possibilities. When you only think about why you can't do this, why you can't do that, guess what happens? Guess what happens? You don't do it. You don't accomplish it. It's just as simple as that. And we don't even have to get into the mystical elements of this. It doesn't even have to be faith-based. It doesn't even have to be belief in God. Simply believing that you can will always make you more capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do. And if you just listen to this intuition, if you just listen to this creative force inside of you, you will have all the answers that you're looking for. In fact, the greater energies of the mind seldom break forth save when the body is stilled and the door of the senses close the objective world. The third and last thing to do is experience in your imagination what you would experience in reality had you achieved your goal. Imagine that you possess a quality or something you desire which hitherto has not been yours. Surrender yourself completely to this feeling until your whole being is being possessed by it. This state differs from reverie in this respect, is the result of a controlled imagination and a steady, concentrated attention, whereas reverie is the result of an uncontrolled imagination, usually just a daydream. In the controlled state, a minimum effort suffices to keep your consciousness filled with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The physical and mental immobility of this state is a powerful aid to voluntary attention and a major factor of minimum effort. The application of these 3 points: 1, desire; 2, physical immobility; 3, the assumption of the wish already fulfilled, is a way to act at one or union with the objective. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings is that this law works only for those having a devout or religious objective. This is a fallacy. It works just as impersonally as the law of electricity works. It can be used for greedy, selfish purposes as well as noble ones, but it should always be borne in mind that ignoble thoughts and actions inevitably result in unhappy consequences. Okay, this is a very powerful chapter, and this is basically giving you a blueprint to change who you are today. And at the end, it said one of the most important ideas. This isn't something that's based off faith. This isn't something that's based off religion. This isn't something that's based off the feeling of God. It's changing your state of consciousness today to become someone else tomorrow. And that is the one thing I want you to take away from this. That is the one thing I want you to take away from this belief system, this idea. It's the ability to view yourself as worthy of whatever your accomplishment is. And the only way to do this is to deny your reality. The only way to do this is to feel a state. Imagine a state, imagine an image, imagine a picture, imagine a movie. Just something that would indicate that you're getting different results than you are right now, and feel that and fall in love with that feeling. Fall in love with that feeling and feel it as much as possible so that your reality starts to take a back seat to this imagination. And when this imagination takes hold and solidifies, you will have changed who you believe yourself to be. If you change who you believe yourself to be, the world will begin to treat you differently. Not only are you going to approach ideas differently, but your friends, the people around you, the people you work with, the people that are interviewing for a job, like, they are going to just view you in a different light because your body language is going to be different. Most of communication is nonverbal. Most of our success is nonverbal. Why is Obama such a great speaker? It's not just the words he says. It's the way he says them. It's his body language. It's his cadence. It's his tone. It's the way he moves his hands. It's the way everyone, just responds to these things. Like, these things are just innate, and these things will begin to change and will begin to shift when you shift your state of consciousness, when you change who you believe yourself to be. I need you to understand this fact because it's not a mystical thing. It can be taken in a mystical way, but it's more so about the changes you make in yourself, and how the changes you make in yourself will begin to give you the ideas and the opportunities to get to where you want to be. It's not about the physical things. Stop being so tied to the physical results. Don't worry about the physical results, worry about the mental results. The physical results will follow as a response to the mental changes you make. But when you become the person that has $1 million ideas, you will make millions of dollars. When you become the person that serves millions of people, you will become a millionaire. But until that moment, I need you to worry about yourself. I need you to be happy now. If you're not happy now, if you're not happy when you don't have anything, how are you going to be happy when you're at the top? You're always going to want more. I want you to be happy now. Become the person that you want to be. Become that idealized version of yourself. And when you become that idealized version of yourself, when you start making all the right decisions, when you believe yourself to be capable of absolutely everything, that is when you're limitless. Right now, you are an unlimited being limited by your beliefs. I want you to break down these beliefs, start believing that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And when you believe that you can do something, that is the first step. Everything is formed twice. First in your mind, then in reality. Form it in your mind. That's most of the work. That's the hardest part. It's so much harder to believe yourself capable, to undo all of the signaling, undo all of the response that society has given you up until now, undo all of the negativity, all of the bad comments, everyone in your life telling you that you can't do this, that you can't do that. It's so much harder to do that than to actually create something. Create the idea first, and the hardest part is done. Now all you have to do is go about actualizing it. Now all you have to do is put pen to paper and start writing it, start doing it, start taking the action, and everything will follow. But you need to change your mind first, and you need to do it in this way. When your mind is empty, when you are in a sleepy state, you are not being consciously altered by the world around you. You can actively impress your mind. You can get around everything that has told you you're not good enough. You could tell yourself you're good enough, and these moments are going to stick more than any affirmation will. These moments will stick more than any positive reinforcement through society telling you you're good, or this or that. Like, when you tell yourself you're good, when you tell yourself you're capable, that is the most powerful thing you can do, and especially in these immobile states. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Please, 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 if you really like this, pick up this book. And not only pick up this book, I want you to go through it and really analyze it. It's not enough to read this book in one sitting. It's not enough to watch these videos. I want you to go through this entire playlist, watch these videos, read this book, and not just get my input. Get the input of other people. There's a lot of other people talking about this book, and I might say something that resonates with you, but there's probably someone else that says it in another way that resonates with you even more. And it's through observing these ideas through different lenses, through different experiences, where they really stick. So I really urge you to really study this book, because I have to attribute most of my progress to this book, because it's allowed me to start writing my own script. It's allowed me to start telling myself who I really am. Even if you don't get mystical results, even if you don't get amazing results, it's not about that. It's about changing who you are and becoming happy with who you are, okay? Become happy with who you are. Become happy with the progress. Become happy with the journey. It's so much better to have purpose and drive for a goal than to instantly get it. If I instantly got everything I wanted today, it would mean nothing, because it would mean I didn't do any work for it. I wouldn't be able to appreciate it. I love the path I'm going down, because every day I get better, every day I get closer, and when I hit that mountaintop, when I hit what I want to hit, it's going to mean that much more, because I've struggled, because I've had challenges, because I haven't been able to just go like boom and instant changes happen. That is the secret of this. It's not instantaneous. It can be, but for most people, it's not going to be instantaneous. It's going to be about the journey, and it's going to be about learning who you are through the journey and learning what you really want. Because if this worked for me instantly, I promise you that I would be on a different path, and I wouldn't be as happy, because it's only through failure that we find out everything about ourselves. It's only through reframing things and introspection that we find out what we really want. And what I really want is much different than what I wanted a few months ago. And what I want in a few months is going to be even different than that. So it's all about the journey. I go back to that Tolkien quote all the time, and I say, not all who wander are lost. It's about the journey. It's about finding yourself through the path and the purpose of life. I love you guys so much. I'll link this book in the description. If you want more from me, go ahead, join my Discord. On top of that, if you want even more from me, if you want my own writings, go ahead, join my school community. That's a really cool place to get my more personal stuff, my more expressive stuff. I have a bunch of stories in there. I have a bunch of like step-by-step stuff as well, like to improve certain things. I have meditation stuff. Yeah, it's a cool thing, and it's a different medium for me to share my ideas with you guys. So go ahead and check that out. I'm really proud of that. But peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you made it 15 minutes into this video, I really salute you, because this is either my best video ever or my worst video ever, and it's incoherent rambling, but you know what? It's all the same. I had fun doing this, so peace out.